welcome back to my channel. I'm sitting right here because I am doing a chit chat, get ready with me type of vlog or type of video or whatever. So I had got some lashes. I'm gonna show you guys how I got to this, okay? Because my hair was a bush. You gonna see when this video keep going, but my hair was a bush. And I had dropped some topics on my Instagram story and you guys wrote me different things to talk about. So before I get into this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this natural look, make sure you keep watching this video. Okay guys, so I have blow dried my hair with this Revlon blow dryer. It works amazing. It gets really hot. Of course I use like the high and I put it on high, of course. So, and right now I'm going to use the Nano Titanium by Babyliss Pro. And I have put it on 450. So I'm about to go ahead and start flat ironing my hair and answering these topics / questions that you guys have put on Instagram. I had put a post on my Instagram story, and it was like, what topics would you like for me to chit chat about while doing this video? And it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 topics, so I should be good. It's going to be hard. I suck at multitasking, y'all. So this is going to be a task. And I'm actually using Chai. I don't know how to pronounce this, but whatever. So I use this to spray on my hair. I'm about to actually spray all over it first. Alright guys, so the first topic that I got was post-grad life. Honestly, post-grad life is probably one of the most stressful time of my life. I'm not gonna even lie. Like mentally, I was about to say physically, but not really physically. Mentally, I don't know, like I can't even wrap my mind around me not even being in school no more. I've been in school for mad long, y'all. Like I've been in school for so long, it's not even funny. I've been since kindergarten, and I went to school till my senior year, got my high school diploma. Then I went to Virginia State, so I moved to Petersburg, went to school for 4 years. I did go home for a year to get my life together because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do and what I wanted to go to school for. So I did that, and then I moved to Atlanta and went to grad school at SCAD. And honestly, it's like I'm still trying to figure out, like, so my major was luxury and fashion management, which is like the business side of fashion. And it's like so much you can do with it. So like I'm kind of stuck on what I want to do with my major. Like what route do I want to go? And that's what I'm getting stuck with. And then like trying to make sure that I'm straight. Like moving here was my first time like learning grocery shopping by myself, paying bills by myself. Like it was just a lot. And then I don't know, like I guess it's just mentally hard because like I was already an adult, but now I'm an adult. Like I'm even more of an adult than I was before, and it's just a lot. And then the job that I'm at right now, I don't like at all. But I am in the process of looking for another job, and hopefully I'll get another job soon. I've been interviewing with people, so I'm just talking to God. Like honestly, that's what's been helping me is I've been listening to podcasts. I've been like reading my daily affirmations every day. I've been talking to God. Like, God, he works in mysterious ways, and even though I'm not where I want to be in life right now, I know that he has a better plan for me. He got to, cause ain't no way I can live. Ain't no way I can live like this. Ain't no way. He got to have a better plan for me, because sister girl is trying to get rich, okay? And it's just mentally draining, but honestly, I just continue to keep a positive mindset throughout all of this. Like, that's literally it. I just make sure I keep a positive mindset. I talk to God on a daily. I pray every morning. I pray every night, just for him to give me the strength and lead me to success and stuff like that. And what's best for you, or what's best for me, will definitely come. Most definitely. You just have to believe in God. You just have to believe in yourself and don't give up. Like, you cannot give up at all. That's the main thing. Do not give up on yourself, because once you give up, like, ain't nothing you could do about it then, because you give up, like, you don't have no motivation to do anything. You honestly have to keep pushing. And that's just it. Okay, so the next topic is two topics kind of go hand in hand. One of the topics is K Visions, which is, if you didn't know, I had a brand, but I'm in the process of rebranding. I had a accessories brand called K Visions. And then the next question is your next stages with your business and your journey with it. So, K Visions, y'all. I had started K Visions in 2019, literally right before I moved to Atlanta. I had started K Visions, and I'm gonna have to use this clip. And it was very, like, exciting, and it was, so yeah, y'all. Sorry, my freaking, you know, how that go. The camera, the phone, whatever, acting up. But so I had started my business. Was very fun. I felt once I was started like grad school. So grad school was a lot. Like, it was nothing that, it was very time consuming. I was working part-time. I was in a new city. Like, I was here with a bunch of people who have owned businesses for a really long time. I was comparing my business to other people's businesses. So I had stopped it because I feel like I wasn't putting my all into the business. Like, I just stopped caring. It's never good to stop caring about your business, because once you stop caring about your business, like, your customers can tell. So I was like, I think it's about time for me to, like, slow down a little bit. Like, I want to graduate school. I want to focus. And so when I do my business, when I relaunch my business again, like, I will be I'll have the right mindset. I'll mature a little bit more, all of that good stuff. So right now I'm in the process of focusing on getting my LLC before I rebrand. I was going to do it in 2021, but I need more time, y'all, because when I tell you, when I relaunch my business, I am stepping on next, okay? Like, when I tell you I want to go all out, I want models, I want a videographer, I want a photographer, like, I want to go all out, which costs a lot of money, okay? And not even that, but a lot of time, too. And right now, I'm just still trying to figure out life. Right now, trying to figure out what's best for me in my relationship. And yeah, so I'm in the process of rebranding. A lot of the stuff that I was selling, I won't sell during my rebrand. Like, some of the, like, my top selling sunglasses, I'm definitely bringing back. But like my focus was sunglasses, which is cool, but I think I want to shift my focus a little bit. Like I still want to sell sunglasses, but like I think I want to sell like purses and mini bags, and I just think I want to shift my focus a little more. Like I don't know. And I've been doing like my research and trying to find like different stuff to sell, trying to keep up with the trends and stuff like that. So right now I'm in the process of doing all of that. It's going to take some time. I'll probably give myself till next year to figure it all out. But once I get my LLC, I'm definitely going, like, after that, then that's when I'm really going to feel like I can move forward, because then I can start making business cards. I can start like labeling things. I can start buying stuff and putting my name on it because I know it's secure and stuff like that. Before I had my business, I didn't have an LLC. Like I didn't have none of that. I didn't really even know much about it. And I was just like, I'm just gonna launch this business, like just to launch it. Like I just wanted to launch it just to launch it, to get some extra cash, like honestly. But now, like since I've matured, my mindset have changed, I've gotten older, I've realized more things. Like I really want to do it, like not just for the money. Like I want to do it because it's something that I want to do and I love to do. And I felt like I was in a time, like I wasn't in the right mental space, and I just feel like I was doing it for the money, and I wasn't doing it because that's what I love to do. I wasn't doing it because that's what I love to sell. I was just doing it for the money. If that's why you're in the business, you shouldn't have one. Like if it's just strictly for the money, you don't need a business. You don't need to be an entrepreneur. You don't need to own your own business. You need to do it because that's what you love to do and that's what you want to do. So you don't mind sleepless nights. You don't mind getting up early. You don't mind having to work. If you work a 9 to 5, like you don't mind going to work and then getting off and doing orders because that's something that you want to do and something you don't mind working towards, like a bigger goal. My overall goal for my business is I want to sell accessories. Like I want it to be like an accessories thing, and I really want to open up a boutique here in Atlanta. Like that's my end goal, is to open up a boutique here. And I don't know where yet, of course. Like I got some years before I could think about that, you know. But that's my end goal, and I'm not gonna stop till I get there. Because one thing about me is I'm very determined, and if you ask anybody, I'm one of the most risk-taking person you'll ever meet. Like I just be like, you only live once. Like why not? If it's something that I want to do, it's something that you want to do it. Like you literally only live once, so why not take risks? Like, you know how many millionaires take risks? That's all they do every day is take risks. They're a risk, honestly. How y'all think this coming out? I think this is coming out okay. The fact that I'm talking to y'all and straightening, I think this is pretty okay because I can't multitask. So those are questions about my business. Honestly, the next one is, what are some ways you've noticed that you've grown or matured since you moved? Excuse me, y'all. I think that the ways that I've learned that I've matured is, I would say, mentally. That's the best way I can say that I've matured mentally, as in like, I realized that life isn't going to go as planned. Life never goes as planned. The thing about me is I've always set a goal, and if I didn't, like I had a certain route, and if the route went left or right, I was upset. I'm like, no, like this is not how I wanted it to be. This is not how it's supposed to be. This is not what I planned. I'm mad. I have an attitude. Like, so I think that I've matured a lot with that. Like now, if something goes wrong or something in that aspect. So I handle situations. I'm not gonna lie, I still be acting like a brat. I still be like crying, but I'm a Cancer, so you know how that goes. But I feel like I've matured in that aspect. Like I feel like I handle situations a lot more differently than I did before I moved, just because I had to. Like I had to grow up. Like I had no choice but to handle situations differently. And before I moved here, I had extremely bad anxiety, like panic attacks, all the other good stuff. Well, not good stuff, but you know what I mean. But now, like I haven't had one in a really long time. Like I feel like I'm learning to, like, your mind is a very powerful thing. Like you control your mind. And so I think I'm just getting a little bit better at controlling my emotions, controlling how I react to things that don't need a reaction, things that I can't change. I just try to focus on the positive. I focus instead of the negative. So I feel like I've matured a lot in that way. I feel like I'm not as spoiled as I was before. Now I realize that, like, you really gotta work for things in life. Like nothing's handed to you. And I think that was the hardest. Like I was always spoiled my whole life. My mom gave me everything I've ever wanted and more. I've never had to work hard for anything. So moving here, I literally had to start from the bottom. Like I came here with no job. Like good thing I had money in my savings, but like that didn't last long because I didn't have a job. So I was paying bills, I was paying rent with no income until I got me a little part-time job. But that, part-time jobs, they don't be paying nothing for real. So I literally, like, moving here, I can say I started from the bottom, literally. Like, so I think that helped me mature a lot. I mean, my boyfriend says I'm still mean, but I think that I have became a little more nicer than I was before to people, just because I've learned not to take things personal. I used to take everything personal. Like if someone didn't post my business, I didn't speak to someone in a very long time, I'm like, oh, they got an issue, they got a problem, they got beef with me. But no, that's not the case. People have their own lives, and people gonna do what they want to do regardless. I've also learned that I would do a lot for people that wouldn't do a lot for me, which I feel like I've really learned a lot about moving here. Like people from back at home, like I feel like once I moved here, like a lot of people back at home don't really talk to me that much anymore. And I try not to take it personal just because people have their own lives. But then there's some people that's like, know that I have a YouTube, ain't posted, ain't done none of that. So it's kind of like, I'm not gonna take it personal, but noted. That's how I know I've matured, because a couple years, like before I moved here, I would have texted like that person, like, why you ain't been posting my shit? Fucking problem. Like what's the issue? Like what's the problem? Okay? But now I'm just like, noted. Like no beef, no issues, no, I don't care, just noted. Like, no, when I make it to the top, you ain't gonna be with me, okay? But I don't take it personal because I know the type of friendship, like I know what I can give to people. I know the type of friend that I am. I know how real I am. I know how supportive I am. Like, you don't have to ask me to post your stuff. I'm going to, if you're my friend, I'm going to post your stuff. I don't care. And if people are watching my stories and get tired of me posting my business or posting, that's also another thing I feel like I'm mature. I used to be like, I don't want to OD post my business because I don't want people to be like, my story's getting boring. But honestly, you're your biggest supporter. So now I post my YouTube almost every day. Like, I don't care. And if you don't like it, unfollow me. Or just don't watch my stories. Mute my story. I don't care. I'm my biggest supporter. And I have definitely learned that since I moved here, that I am my number one supporter. I'm my biggest supporter. And that's just that. Next one is In what ways has your relationship changed over the years y'all been together? This is a biggie. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I had to get something to drink. My mouth was getting so dry. Hold on. Okay. So back to the question. If you all didn't know, I am in a, well, you watched my last vlog with me taking him out for his birthday. So I've been with Ray since high school. I've been with him since high school. Of course, like, not straight, like the full, like, how long have we known? We've known each other for about 15 years, but we've been in a relationship on and off for about 11. Of course, like, on and off, we broke up, been in different relationships, got back together, blah, 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 you know, the whole 9 yards. I can say that us moving to Atlanta has changed our relationship a little bit. At first, like, it was just like us trying to adjust to being in a new city, like new jobs, like a whole different life. Like, if you know me, we are from the country, so moving from the country, like a farm was next to my house. That's how country we were living, to the straight city. Like, I was able to walk to Target type stuff. That was a big adjustment for us mentally. So I feel like it kind of affected our relationship at first. But we just got through it. I feel like our communication has gotten better. Us going on dates, us getting to know each other a little bit more has gotten better. I think we've matured, because us, like, breaking up and dating other people and dating in general, I feel like actually helped us, because we kind of learned, like, because when we were dating at first, we were young. Like, we were really young. We started dating at 17, and we had broke up like in our 20s, and then, you know, so once we got back together, I feel like we both matured separately. So then when we got back together, it's like we just clicked, like, better than how we clicked before. And we just learned a lot about love. We learned not to take things personal. Like, say I come home and I have an attitude with him, and it's not at him, it's just because I've had a bad day. Like, so we just kind of learned to not take everything so personal. Like, no, I'm not, babe, I'm not mad at you. I've just had a bad day. Like, that's just how we kind of learn to take things. I also think we've grown, as in, like, learning to walk away during, like, arguments and stuff. Like, before, like, we were very, like, you know, I mean, I won't say like aggressive, but it's like we wanted to argue. But now it's kind of like, let's talk this out. Let's walk away for a little bit, catch our breath. Like, the thing about it is, I let my emotions get the best of me, and I like to say things or do things out of emotions instead of thinking first. But now, like, since I worked on it, we've grown and matured. I feel like now we just kind of like, all right, well, just give me my time to calm down, get my emotions together before we talk this out, because we don't need to be arguing. Like, we are trying to start, like, eventually we want a family, like, we want to get married. So, like, we just have to learn how to communicate healthy and how to have, like, a healthy relationship for not only ourselves, but, like, our future family, our future kids, stuff like that. We've matured a lot. And then ever since we moved to Atlanta, I feel like I've gotten closer with his mom. My relationship with his mom has really grown and become great. Like, I love her to death. So I felt like me being closer to his mom helped our relationship and us and our bond become, like, extremely strong and better. So I think that really helped out a lot. We've grown and matured in that way. Which other way? I feel like we kind of realized we matured also in, like, knowing that we don't have to do everything together. Like, we are individuals. Like, like what he wants to do, that's cool, like do your own thing. I want to do my own thing, but then we have things that we like to do together. So I think we've matured a lot in that way. So yeah, I think those are different ways that me and him have matured over the years that we've been together. Because I used to be a spoiled brat and I didn't like the word no, and I used to throw fits, I used to have attitudes, you know, the whole 9 yards. But now I feel like he's learned to tell me no, like which is I feel like that's maturity. Like if you don't want to do something, like just like, I feel like he's learned to tell me no, like I don't want to do that, or like you like doing that, but that's not really, you know, something that I really like to do. And I've learned to not take it personal. Like we're two different people. Even though we are together, we are still our own individual people at the end of the day, which a lot of people don't realize, that at the end of the day, they're two different people. So yeah, I think we've matured a lot in that aspect. We've learned like different ways to show our love languages. We've learned different ways to show each other that we love each other and stuff like that. So I think we've made it pretty far, okay? I think we're doing pretty good for right now. And it's only going to get better. Like we're only going to get stronger. We're only going to get better. I feel like the worst we've already been through the worst. Like it can't get no worse. So I feel like it's only up from here. We're only going to get better. Period. That's my heart, y'all. If y'all know me, y'all know I love me some Ray. Okay. So since we are talking about relationships, the next topic was relationships. So I'm going to talk about like relationships / friendships. But I feel like the main things that can kind of make or break a relationship is like intimacy, boundaries, relationship needs, fears, like spending habits. If you're at that point in your relationship where you're like sharing a bank account, or like you're trying to get a house, or you're trying to move in together, children, your future, your past, each other's family, like all of that plays a huge part in a relationship. Like of course some may outweigh others, but those are like the main things that like can make or break a relationship. Like children, like whether you guys want to have kids or not, can definitely make or break a relationship. Also like each other's family. Like one thing I've learned in my relationship is that me and Ray's family, like we were raised completely different. So like I had to learn the way that he handles things is because that's the way that he was raised. That's the way that he grew up compared to how I was raised. But you just kind of gotta compromise. Liking each other's family, or at least like mothers, is extremely important. Having a relationship with the significant other's parent is definitely important, because they're always going to play a huge role in you guys' life, whether you like it or not. Because especially if they're close with that parent, like I'm close with my mom and he's close with his mom, but so they're always going to play a huge role even when we get married, because they're always going to be in our lives no matter what. So having a good relationship with the other person's parent is very, very important. Like I said, intimacy is important. Like what does your partner love? What does, like, making sure you guys go on dates, no matter, like, it don't even have to be like financially wise. If you don't have money to go on dates, like just do dates inside the house. Like shoot, go sit in a drive-in movie. Like go sit in a parking lot and play music and eat in the car. Like do whatever you have to do. I know one time I wanted to do a date for me and Ray, but we had told each other, we were like, okay, like this week we're gonna make sure let's try not to go out so we can save this much, blah blah blah. So what I did was I had lit candles in my room. We had like a little game night. I had bought pizza, and we had like Connect Four, we had Uno, we had cards, we had like a bunch of stuff. I had Candyland, but these are games that I had already had in my closet. And I had my speaker. We played like R&B music like Janae Aiko, Summer Walker. We had her playing, SZA, like all like, you know. And then we did a little throwback, like 90s throwback, and we just had fun. Like we had so much fun just being in the house and just spending time with each other. That's so important. Like catching up, because me and him, we both work, and so like sometimes we go all day, we don't even get to really talk. Like we get to be, how you doing? Like I miss you, but we don't get to talk like how's work going? Like outside of our relationship, how's life going? Like, are you doing okay? Is there anything that I could do for you? Is there anything that like you need from me? So it was like really nice to actually sit down and talk. I got like, how's work going? Like how's this going? How's this going? And he would be asking me like, how's job searching going? Like, even though he knows because I tell him, but we're always on the go. We don't actually have time to sit down and listen. Like, so that's extremely important in a relationship as well. Boundaries is extremely important because you need to know each other's boundaries. Like, what makes your significant other mad? What bothers them? What is their pet peeve? What don't they like? What are you doing that annoys them? Like stuff like that. Like you definitely need to know, because that can definitely, should I do a middle part or a side part? I think I'm gonna do a side part. I haven't done a side part in mad long, y'all. But yeah, so I think that is extremely important. What else did I say? Future and past, that's extremely important. Like you guys' future have to align. Like you can't be in a relationship and have like, and y'all futures is completely different. Like you want to get married but he doesn't. He wants to live here but she doesn't. She wants to have this many kids but he doesn't. Like, you know, your future definitely has to align. So there's something you should definitely talk about before y'all consider getting married or anything. Making sure like where you guys want to live, how you want to raise your kids, where you want, you know, stuff like that. Like, you know, just about your future, like what you want to do, what he wants to do, just stuff like that. Fine. And then what else I said? Oh yeah, future and past. So you guys got to make sure like your past is your past. Like don't let your past affect your relationship now. So that's dealing with like maturity and mindset and how much you honestly love a person. And if something happened in you guys' past, y'all need to, like, if y'all are planning on like being in a relationship, y'all need to make sure that both of y'all move forward. No bringing up the past in an argument. You need to leave the past in the past. Like that's a part of like communication. You have to make sure you communicate with your partner and make sure that the past is in the past. Now, once the past is over, you don't need to bring it back up. Like you don't need to bring up the past in an argument. Like no, that's childish. But I think that's it, y'all. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna talk about friendships. I forgot, y'all. I was trying to cut y'all loose. Like, all right, guys. So the last topic, I'm just gonna continue with like friendships, relationships, blah blah blah. So friendships, friendships, having a good, like, honestly, it's similar. Lord, it's similar to relationships, except for like intimacy and stuff like that. That doesn't really matter, of course. I mean, unless y'all them type of friends, but whatever. I'm talking about like friends, like, you know. But I think boundaries for friendships is extremely important. You have to have boundaries when you have friends. Like, I hate the type of friends that's like, you can't like, I don't like when you hang out with this. I feel this. I feel left out. This like, girl, like, you are not my man. Calm down. Like, I can hang out with whoever I want to hang out with. I can do whatever I want. I don't have to invite you everywhere. Like this. Like, calm down. I don't like them type of friends. But to each his own, to each his own. But I think boundaries is extremely important when it comes to friendships. Like, what your friends like and don't like, because at the end of the day, they're still human. And if you're doing something and you can tell they're getting annoyed, or like you're doing something and they don't like it, like, I think you should be very honest with your friend. I think a good friendship starts with honesty. Like, you should be able to be honest with your friends. Like, you should be able to tell them how you feel, and nothing between your friendship changes. Like, you should be able to say, girl, like, you're really pissing me off, you're getting my nerves, you did this and it's wrong. You need to be able to tell your friends when they're wrong. And if they are mad at you for it, that's their problem. You really don't need to be friends with people like that. Like, honestly, honesty is extremely important. Being supportive is extremely important, because I ain't gonna lie, I got some friends that don't really post me and like my YouTube and when I had a business. But you know, like I said, I don't take it personal. Like I said in the last one, I'm just noted, like, okay, cool, like, don't ask me to post your stuff if you ever start a business. Like, But I think being supportive at all times is extremely important. And also, you don't have to talk to your friends all the time. Like, I have some friends that I went like 6 months without talking to, and I could call them or they could call me, and we could catch up and act like, you know, and just act like nothing. We've been talking every day. Like, we just act like nothing's ever happened. Or, you know, I mean, it's life. Like, people have lives. You don't have to talk to people every day. You don't have to communicate every day. It is good to check up on your friends. Like, I have some people that ain't even checked up on me since I moved to Atlanta, which is cool. But I feel like that's extremely important. Now, I honestly can say I really don't have that many friends. Like, I have associates, but I really don't have that many friends. And I'm okay with that. Like, the smaller your circle, the less drama, the less people you gotta deal with. I really don't even like people, to be honest. I don't like people. Because people get on my nerves. People get on my nerves. You hear me? On my nerves, okay? Like, that's why I only have a select few friends. What else with friendships? I would say, like, being there for one another. I think being there is literally the top, like, the most important thing of being a friend. Being there for someone is literally all a person could ask for. Like, when people have babies or like gender reveals or baby showers, like, you need to be there, okay? Like, as a friend, I don't care what nobody say, unless it's something like you really couldn't make it, like something important had showed up or came about, then you need to be there for your friend. You need to be there. And that's point blank, period. Like, me, for the ones I consider like my friends, like my close friends, I don't care if I have to freaking drop everything I'm doing. I'm going to be there especially for your important days, like your wedding, if I can make it to your graduation, baby shower, gender reveals, product launches, like anything like that. Like, your friends, like, you need to be there. I don't care. Unless you really can't make it, like, because stuff happens. Like, sometimes people don't have money to, like, for me, flying is expensive and stuff like that. But people may not have the money, which is understandable. But you need to communicate. Like, tell me that. Don't just not show up, or just, like, just not come. Like, communicate that to me. Like, at the end of the day, like I said, it's like a relationship. Like, just not every part, but you know what I mean. It's sort of like having a relationship. You need to communicate with your friends. And if you feel like what they're doing is annoying you, you need to tell them. like what you're doing is annoying me, like. But also having the same also, like, I think another thing that can affect friendships, like some people just outgrow each other. Like maybe what you want to do in life is not aligned with what I want to do in life. Like honestly, like I'm in a relationship, like a deep relationship, like trying to get married type relationship. So I don't really, I mean, no offense, but I don't take advice from my single friends. Like, you're single. So I mean, that sounds bad, but like I like to take advice from my friends who are in relationships as well and can understand what I'm going through. But I definitely will vent to my friends. Like, am I in the wrong? Like, am I tripping? And they'll tell me, like, the thing about my friends, they'll tell me if I'm in the wrong, which is very important in a relationship as well. Not a relationship, a friendship, and a relationship too. But edge wax extreme hold from Moray's. I like to do it because I like to use this because it doesn't like clunk up or make my edges white, and it doesn't make my hair hard, which I really like too. See y'all, and it's all shiny. Y'all, I also forgot one thing to say about friendships. Be mindful and careful of the ones who are hating on the low, who are jealous, who don't like to congratulate you when you're doing something, like when you're having an achievement or you're doing something big in your